Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. Welcome to Bayloric Worldwide Television. Let me try again. Make sure my sound is right here. Let's try again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. Welcome to Bayloric Worldwide Television. You've just finished watching Gennady Golovkin versus Danny Jacobs. And let me just start by saying this. Congratulations to both fighters for putting prepared to both Danny Jacobs and Golovkin, Canelo, Saunders, and Chris Eubank Jr. and all the rest, and look, get blown over in a couple of rounds and lose the fight in a couple of rounds. Well, that's not the case. So that he's going to look forward to my call. Let's put things in perspective when we talk about Gennady Golovkin fanatics, not fans, fanatics. That if you go and look at my comment section, is considered the best middleweight of all time, best fighter of all time, greatest fighter of all time, blah de blah de blah de blah. And when I did my interview with Abel Sanchez, I set up in such a way that I asked Abel Sanchez some crucial questions. I said to Abel, this for me was his biggest fight to date, and most credible fight to date. Danny Jacobs, a bona fide middleweight who could box, who had movement, who could give him angles, who could punch. Okay, and a guy that had a background. He overcame cancer, and that gives you a certain fortitude and certain willingness to come back, even when you're down. Will come back and show heart in a fight. So nobody could question Danny Jacobs' heart. This is the first time that Golovkin had been in a ring with a guy who didn't fear him. And I said, Brook fight, there were blueprints on how to beat Gennady Golovkin. Guys that stand in front of Golovkin allow him to land maximum power. If you look at the guys that give Golovkin, out, if you move and you're throwing punches out, Jacobs tonight, as far as I was concerned, I thought I had Jacobs up round in the fight to a point where he took Jacob, you know, do I won't say I once people that would turn around to you now. Andre Ward lost the fight, even though he got knocked down. So, as far as I'm concerned, the way I look at it, and this fight is quite simple. You know, you talk about Golovkin, just put things in perspective. Greatest middleweight ever. You imagine if Sugar Ray Leonard was in the ring with Golovkin that night. Roy Jones. Are you trying to tell me? Fighters. Is he telling me that a man like Golovkin, imagine him moving up to 168? You know, Frotch would walk straight through him. I'm telling you. When you take Golovkin's power, he doesn't have much head movement. You see it for yourself tonight. But I guess Golovkin fanatics will still say, you know, that this is a guy that's going to get brutal. This is a guy that got knocked out by Pirog. And he was like, oh, Pirog's a bum. People that don't understand boxing who said Pirog was a bum and he got knocked up a bum. I was saying that's the reason why Jacobs was going to lose the fight. Well, I hope you still stick by those statements now. And that means that Golovkin, who couldn't knock out Jacobs because he and these are people who make these statements. I hope you stick by those statements now. I hope I stick by those statements. It's amazing how Golovkin fighters, but there were people outside of boxing. One fights of his career. Look, he's struggling to knock. Look at Golovkin's power. If he's struggling to knock out someone like from light middleweight up to middleweight, I've got speed, length, power. So he had it all. I felt round or two. Did he dominate? Did he outbox Golovkin for months? Yeah, he did. Has become so used to knocking people over. You know, Jacobs back into rhythm and get himself to fight. Don't get me wrong, Jacobs through good hands. He shows us already concerned to beat Golovkin. That's the blueprint. And I understand something now. When a person loses the fear of people wanting to fight them, like, and boy, I'll take this fight. And I think Canelo stands a great chance of beating Golovkin. Billy Joe Saunders, don't write Billy Joe Saunders off. The difference between Jacobs and Saunders is one thing. Saunders' stamina in the last half of the fight is where Golovkin will catch up with him. Golovkin will catch up with Saunders. No shadow of a doubt. Golovkin will catch up with Saunders because of his stamina. Saunders is not some sort of stamina for me in the championship rounds that you need against someone like Golovkin. You know, so as far as I'm concerned, the way I look at it is that Saunders would give him a good fight. Eubank Jr., I don't know about that. That's what people are saying. Vinny Love is saying Jacobs won that fight. Disgrace. I see it as clear as win for Jacobs. Yep. Triple G, Triple G, Triple G. Daniel Sturck says GGG didn't do enough. Like I said ago, and I just said to Russ, Frotch at 168 takes Golovkin apart. Jacobs just nicked it despite the early knockdown by Golovkin. Larry Pint says it was a great fight between number 1 and number 2 division, and there aren't no one, no hate. Be thankful. Why should he move up? Jacobs is 10 pounds heavier in the ring. Don't talk Jacobs down. Pirog was a world champion, and Jacobs had cancer. Exactly. So just remember those things when I'm saying those things. Okay, a lot of people are not going to like what I'm going to say, but it's true. I had the nuts and the balls to talk to Abel Sanchez. Says, you guys not as great as you say he is. This was his first big fight. Okay, you Triple G fans, you know, you've come back down to earth tonight, and you've come to understand that your guy is not the great fighter that you think he is. He's a good fighter, but he's not all-time great. He's not an all-time great. Some people call it robbery, you know, but the better man win on the night? I ain't so sure about that. I think Jacobs won the fight personally, but nobody can knock Danny Jacobs. Those people were talking Danny Jacobs down before the fight, and there are a lot of those Triple G guys that are floating around, you know, and will still float around. But go back and listen. Anonymous says they didn't want 2 pound for pounds losing the same way. Yeah, well, the Triple G story has been exposed as far as I'm concerned tonight. A fighter that has been exposed for what he actually is. You know, once you give Triple G movement and you can punch yourself and you can move, that's what you saw Jacobs tonight. Okay, Kell Brook further shows you, you know, a puncher that can move. They saying this guy would beat Sugar Ray Leonard. Are you serious? Are you serious? You know, I think Danny Jacobs was always a great fighter, as far as I was concerned. Could you imagine Golovkin fighting someone like? See, but if someone like DeGale, even DeGale, there's problems there because lost. But Golovkin, you know, stands a good chance against DeGale because DeGale likes to sit on the ropes and he blows a bit as well. So I don't know. What do you think about that knockdown? I thought it was more of a push after the punches. Yeah, I think it was a genuine knockdown. Caught him a good shot. He went down. It was a genuine punch. But yeah, and that's, remember, this is the most hardest hitting puncher, you know, some people say of all time. And Danny Jacobs took it. So flash knockdown, I think so too. Shows Jacobs got a better chin than people give him credit for. And all those people that are out saying, oh, Jacobs had no chin and Jacobs is this and Jacobs is that. Go back and study your boxing, man. Well, Jacobs don't stand no chance. Well, he stood a very good chance. So You know, I think Canelo's going to be a great fight with Triple G. I really do. I don't think that Canelo lands more volume punches. Canelo tucks it well. To be fair, Jacobs looked like a cruiserweight. Oh, whatever. You know, you can say what you like. The man got outboxed. Simple as that. He was outboxed. So that's that. As for Abel Sanchez, I will be calling Abel Sanchez. I look forward to calling Abel Sanchez, what he's got to say for himself. It will be very interesting. I wonder if he'll be quick to pick up his phone. But anyway, look at my interview with Abel Sanchez. I'm not here. This channel is not about blowing smoke up people's backsides. This channel is not about hyping people up. It's about seeing things as we see it as it is, not how we'd like it to be. Golovkin's a very good fighter. Must have been about 185 pound when he fought Ward. When he fought Ward. As far as I'm concerned, if you want to go that way, then get rid of the light middleweight division. Fight in the light middleweight division. Heavier than that. You're light middleweight division. You say you want competition for Triple G. Good. Well, the guys that you light middleweight division automatically, you know, any better. Understand this now. Guys, what, 35 years old, 35? Aura's gone. Is coming around. Is round the corner. So, gonna fight Triple G. Opportunity possible. If Gennady Jacobs had beaten Triple G on the night, you would say he beat if weight cut off. It's about that. So you Triple is the people fanatic hyping up to be. Just was a light heavyweight. Nonsense. So how much did Kovalev weigh when he fought Andre Ward? Was he on a night? How much does Canelo weigh when he fights and fights? Triple G lose because they want that Canelo money fight. Yeah, of course they do. Some sense in the room. Yourself of the powers that be that would want Jacobs to win that fight. I don't care if you look like a light heavyweight, a cruiserweight. You didn't say simple as that. If you're really that bothered about weight divisions and how people are weighing in, right? Then be consistent about talking your crap and get everyone to weigh in on the same day, and let's get everyone down the same day fight weight. And be prejudiced. That's all it is. So, right. I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. Thank you all so much for tuning in. You've heard my thoughts and my opinions. Congratulations, guys, and I look forward to talking to Mr. Abel Sanchez.